So we're talking to anyone who has some face-to-face clients.
Yeah.
And who's like, this online thing looks good. I want to go in that direction. Maybe you're already started, but it's not working as well as you would like. Because if you were killing it, you probably wouldn't listen to the episode. You'd read the heading and be like, I'm the best online coach ever.
I'm already
I
an
don't
online
need any
trainer.
help. I'm the best.
Yeah.
Fuck these guys. Hit subscribe. And
If you're so good,
yeah,
hit us up and let us know the secrets.
we'll pay you. Yeah. Just hit the subscribe button first and then you can piss off. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I've actually had a fucking bunch of conversations about this in the last month for some reason. Everyone wants to talk about it right now. So I just mentioned...
Going online?
Yeah. Yeah. So I just mentioned the idea that you're a face-to-face coach, and that's a loaded preposition. Because we are both of the opinion that you should have some hours logged before you go online.
Oh, lots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thinking about it on the way here, there's two coaches that I would probably put maybe in the top 10 people that I would think of when I wrote down online coaches that I would stand by kind of thing. And I was like, fuck, they never did personal training. But they both worked at football clubs or NRL clubs for an extended period of time. So they were still coaching.
Okay.
So I was like, does that give them a pass? I still think they're very much outliers.
I don't think that's the... I don't think it's representative of the median.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I threw out 1,000 hours.
Yeah. So what did we work that out to be? 5 years, yeah?
Nah, it's 30 sessions for 12 months.
I still don't think that's enough.
No?
No.
I think it depends on who you train.
So you yeah. Okay. Keep going. Continue.
So Ben, that we have now, has
Yeah.
clients that he would train in the gym. The training in the gym doesn't work for.
Yeah.
That he now trains online.
Yep. That's perfect. That's
I don't think
perfectly
he
fine.
could be an online bodybuilding coach tomorrow.
Yeah, so I need to remove
Your bodybuilding lens.
my bubble.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
not prep coach,
Yeah.
just online trainer.
Yeah, because I forget that other people exist.
What is that? I can hear people talking.
Yeah, I can too.
It's very distracting.
Is someone playing music or watching TV?
Maybe it's the neighbours or something talking. It's very strange.
Is it the school? Might be the school.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, an announcement.
So-and-so, can you please go to the principal's
Ooh.
office? Yeah. Someone fucked up.
Okay, so we're prefacing with that. So if you've done at least a year on the gym floor, at least 30 sessions a week, or accumulated 1,000 hours on the gym floor watching people, then I think you have the prerequisites to be able to train that type of clientele online.
Yep.
The more niche you become, the more specific you become, probably that timeline extends itself.
Yep.
What hopefully that you will see today as well is it's not the glory that you kind of think it is.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying, hey? Because I think people think if I go online, I just have to do a 10-minute check-in a week and that's all I have to do. And I'm spending trading time for money on the gym floor and time for money's bad and blah, 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 blah. And you sold this dream of go online and everything's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But it's not like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the way we're going to talk about it is using our 5-pillar structure. So we have self, systems, service, sales, skills. They're the 5 areas that we operate in. It's what our Stand Out PT program's designed around. It's how we, when we look through, it's the lens we look through at everything for personal training. So self, mentality, business owner mentality is a thing we talk about a lot.
Yeah.
Which is essentially the combination of a growth and ownership mindset, which I explained yesterday as you've got to be able to be willing to try and fuck it up repeatedly for an extended period of time.
Absolutely. And you need even just shoot your shot knowing that it most likely isn't going to go work out the first, I don't know, 20, 30 times.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not saying it will be like that, but you've got to shoot your shot
It's a good
knowing that
chance.
it's not a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because how many people, it's like there's so many people that hide online because they're worried about what other people are going to think, or because the outcome isn't set in stone.
Yeah.
And nothing happens.
Yeah.
Because of that.
And it's worse.
Yeah, and you just can't have that mentality. You can't have that mentality in business in general, but
Yeah, I had one sort of audit call this week. Hit me up if you want to have one of these conversations one-on-one. My only catch is I sell you standout PT at the end. Around like her socials, and she actually got like a bunch of template stuff made.
Yep.
Which is great. Like Forward Moves create a lot of it.
Yep.
I think this was actually from there. Really, really good content, really useful, particularly for that demographic that want the food swaps, that want the hydration reminders, that want all of that kind of content. I think it's really useful. But I had a look at the page and I was like, it's just that.
yeah,
Which there's
Too
so
much.
many pages that are just that.
yeah,
And it's like, so who do you train?
Mm.
Who do you work with? And I said to her, I'm like, you do that because
It's easy to just
you didn't write it. So if you put it out and it doesn't do well, it's not your fault. It's not a reflection on you.
yeah,
You don't have to worry about whether it's correct. You don't have to worry about a personal trainer commenting on it. You don't have to worry about any of that. You just get to put it out.
yeah,
And then everything's okay. And she was just like, oh, fuck. Yeah, you're 100% right. So I think, when it comes to content creation, you're going to have to be willing to just have a crack.
yeah,
Especially starting out. You don't have to cold DM. You can build relationships and all of that. But at some point, you have to, like you said, shoot the shot. And you get left on scene a lot. And you have a lot of people tell you, yes, I want to do it, and then disappear. No
Yeah.
different to you do face-to-face. Like, I think people think it's hard. You can't just say, like, don't take it personally. But, like, how many numbers do you dial in the gym to get people to answer?
yeah,
It's like, we know, like, only 50% of people answer. So the DM is the same as the dial.
yeah,
So if you take it at that metric, like, 50% of people aren't even going to respond to you.
yeah,
And accept that from the start. It's like, okay, well, that makes it way less rough if I've accepted that that's what it's going to be.
yeah,
And I'm willing to assume that. If it's going to mean that I'm a bad person, they don't like me, it's going to be a fucking hard road for you.
yeah. I'm a big fat failure.
Spoken like someone who's been there.
That's the perpetual cycle,
Yeah.
right?
I think then the other point is, particularly if you're in that more gen pop sort of market, clients also like to hire online coaches so they can hide from real accountability and an appointment and all of that. And it's like, if I just pay for this, then everything will be fixed. The percentages of negative interactions will be higher online than it is face-to-face because people don't like conflict in real life. So, like, I've had not many, but a couple of, like, pushback. Like, you said this, you said this, you said this. It's like, well, obviously you're able to reply and say it's all here. But you get that more often than you would in face-to-face environment. So be prepared to have more tough conversations with clients.
Yeah.
Because they'll avoid it if it's face-to-face.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, people that it happens face-to-face as well, but, like, people that you've coached for a really long time that you think you have a really good relationship that just, like, disappear. Or cancel at the bank. Or because we have an admin email address, it's like just itches me a little bit when, like, you've had a client for ages and they just email admin and don't tell you. You're like, oh, I found out
How dare you?
from my accounts person
Yeah.
that you're leaving.
Yeah.
But that happens. So you have to be willing to deal with all that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a skill set you build again in the face-to-face environment? Like, we always talk about being able to communicate and all that kind of stuff, but I think, like, that resilience, thick skin, accepting rejection, moving on to the next one.
It's not as immediate. So I think you have to have, like, there's a lot of benefits from starting out in the gym that carry over to building the business in the online space. Because to build a face-to-face business, like, you need grit, determination,
Yeah.
resilience.
Yeah.
So if you've built a business like that and you know what it's taken to get there, you're going to take some of those lessons to the online space.
Yeah.
Where like if you're kind of starting out just going, I'm going to get my Cert 3 and 4 and just do online training,
Oofed.
that's going to be pretty tough.
Oofed. Yeah.
Yeah. I would be really curious to know how many people have done it.
I think you could do it if you were basing your sales on either how you look or your magneticism for whatever reason. Whether it's appearance, charisma,
but again, you're like,
personality, whatever.
That's probably sitting, like I think as a general,
it's a very small.
Like if 100 people
population.
finished their Cert 3 and 4 and went straight online, out of those 100, who are making it?
Yeah, there's 2 of them that have that raw.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah, that luck that they...
Yeah, then you got the ones like who've built a personal training business out of that 100. How many of them make it? Yeah. And then I would argue still, the longer someone's a face-to-face coach, the more successful
the transition
is. Yeah.
So the other thing we talk about inside self is like goals, just like direction, knowing where the fuck you're going.
Yeah.
I think with online, it's the same idea of what do you actually want your weeks to look like, and where do you want to be 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Matters just as much.
Yeah, of course.
Because if you think, once I get some online clients, I'm done, and I get to just do check-ins, you're going to be, unless you're one of those 2%, you're going to be really disappointed.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of content creation, there's a lot of back and forth, there's a lot of product development, there's a lot of other stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
Beyond just training the person.
Yeah, serving the person.
Responding to the person.
Yeah, serving the person. Yeah. So you've got to. There's wheels that need to be pushed that people don't see, and it's you're not really that committed to a time. So it's no different to like self-paced learning.
Yeah.
It's like to get the learning done, you still have to have a structured day, because if you just push it, it's like you're either going to do it and it's not going to be that effective, or the quality is going to be really low, or you're just not going to do it at all.
Yeah.
And I think that it's very similar. Like when you have a business that's online, it sounds good to just like sit at a cafe or be on a holiday and open up your laptop and feel awesome for 5 minutes. But
do you remember you're working on holiday?
Yeah. But there's a lot of like work that happens to continue to keep the business kind of moving.
Yeah.
To keep yourself in the forefront of people's attention span, and you're competing with a lot of people to do that. And you need to refine your products. You need to, kind of, I guess, continue to evolve and create new services. Your whole ecosystem needs to be added to all of the time. Yeah. There's other people obviously making moves, so you need to keep tabs on like who the people in your space are and what they're doing, and do your clients and prospects want those things? How's that going to look for you? When can you pull the trigger on those things? If you're not doing any of that stuff, and that all comes from kind of setting your goals and knowing what a week looks like, you're going to struggle a lot.
Yeah. And I think when you become a face-to-face trainer, you start at zero, but you've got rent and you've got bills.
Yeah.
And usually you have no other income. And like we see it all the time, the people that do have another income, the same thing happens. I'm about to explain. They fail because they've got a fallback. So when you're a face-to-face trainer who's making a decent enough income, and then it's like, I'm going to go online, and then online's hard. It's like, I've just put another couple on face-to-face.
Yeah.
We've seen it heaps. Like we've brought on, we brought on coaches for periods of time that had their own face-to-face businesses and were online coaches for us. We had KPIs they needed to hit and all that kind of stuff. And as soon as you saw things get hard, you'd just see their numbers drop straight away. Because all their energy was like, I can just walk onto the gym floor and ask someone,
pick someone up,
and get a personal training client and fix my income that way rather than...
Yeah, which is way more immediate.
Correct. Yeah. So, all right, all of that made online coaching sound really shit. What are the upsides?